AM 560, The Answer.
The Wild West. California, squirrel. The gold rush. Now look at how far they've fallen. California has devolved into just a shadow of what it used to be, but it still has actors, only they act as politicians.
New concerns this morning over election integrity in California after the release of a new video by an independent journalist. The journalist making stops in California where he was joined by a whistleblower to look into the state's voter rolls. He said he discovered inconsistencies and potential fraud in the public voting roll records from the California Secretary of State, including inconsistent addresses and irregularities in the number of voters registered per location.
Millions! Well, after all, they give how many illegal aliens driver's license? So what do, Squirrel? Well, you get out your actor. Get them out, make up, bring them out.
And, of course, we're not talking about the other aspects of the SAVE Act that go well beyond ID, and it goes to which is also part of Jim Crow, the history, and that is when it comes to registration, you got to find your birth certificate. If you know where yours is, I have no clue where mine is. Or
Go to the safety deposit box, the one marked Getty Fortune, and pull it out. It's got 2 little feet in there. Doesn't matter who it is because your father probably had it cooked up. For all we know, you were born in Europe where he was the lawyer for John Paul Getty. How many Californians know that? Not enough.
you have to passport, and 2/3 African Americans don't even have passports.
So in other words, my fellow black people, this Democrat, like the Democrats under Jim Crow, said you're too stupid to vote. You're too stupid to get your birth certificate, your passport, and your driver's license. And who's really going to be insulted by that? Who's a Democrat? Not the Democrats I know. They take it, they put mustard on it, and they eat it up. Because their dream, Squirrel, is not to make it in business, not to see a need and fill a need, not to create or invent a widget. What most of the Democrats I know, you know what they want? They want to own a daycare center where there are no kids, just like the Somalians in Minnesota.
I would like to see if I could bring little Joey, my son little Joey here. Is there paperwork or can I check out the daycare? No. Why can't I check out the daycare?
Now, this particular daycare owner, manager, whatever this sloth is, she's got the whole costume on, Squirrel. Dressed like a beekeeper from head to toe. Got a little red mark on her face where she probably got slapped because the husband didn't like breakfast that day, the second husband. And she's going to hold to the story.
Merton's not here.
Okay, but if I can I get paperwork or anything to submit my son little Joey to come in here to daycare? We'd really like to put Joey in this daycare. We've heard great things.
Business card?
No, I would like your business card, actually.
You talk to your manager.
Okay, can I speak with somebody? Where are the children at? Are there children here today?
No.
No children?
Yes.
Why are there no children?
You're two of Mexico.
Would my son little Joey have friends to play with here?
No.
No.
Yes.
Why not? The
no friends for
Somalian
little
kids won't
Joey.
play with Joey? No Joey?
Ah, dang it. Well, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
So, little Joey would not be accepted to that daycare.
Joey's still homeless.
Joey's still looking for daycare. And because
I just want to reflect on what Barack used to say.
Every state in our union and over 1,200 mosques within our borders. Let there be no doubt, Islam is a part of America.
He's right. This will always be a part of American history. How these particular Islamo-Nazis raped financially, not just the Minnesotans, because that's a Democrat state. It operates like all of them, welfare. It raped Americans for billions and billions and billions of dollars. They had a multitude of different operations. Nobody got any service, but people were able to buy nice cars.
Little Joey couldn't get into a daycare. We went to an autism center, as they have been popping up everywhere as a rise of autism has occurred here in Minnesota because of the government funds that they are receiving. I tried to check my son Joey into an autism center.
we've been going to a lot of these daycare centers. We're trying to find a spot for our little boy Joey, but we thought maybe we could check him into the autism center. Because none of the daycare centers are open. Yeah, and how many kids do you guys have at this autism center?
Nothing, but we got a Bentley out back, right out in front. And who made it all possible? You guessed it.
And Joan Shangang, I'm going to pronounce it, Shanga Kawawa.
Who's got the diaper bag? Frank and Addison.
Yes, hello, Sean.
Yes, Frank.
You know, I met you several years ago. Mary Jo works for your wife in Elmwood Park, and you probably...
Allegedly. Mary Jo was my babysitter.
Yeah, is that
she was.
right? Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
Mary Jo and her mother and father, beautiful people, and her sister Sue, who was one of my first crush. I could still see her smile with the curly hair. Lovely.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Well, you made a comment that the private schools are as bad as the public schools, and I will tell you, 6 months ago, I read the Wall Street Journal. It was a journal. There was an article published by a Jewish writer, and he says, "Don't send your kids to public schools. They will learn nothing. Send them to private schools, and if you can, send them to Catholic schools." How's that?
Well, I'll tell you what. I think it's more of a rumor than a fact. I sent mine to the Catholic schools, and there were a handful of good teachers, and I got lucky, and that's because mine were older. But now what you see, those are the days of gone. For instance, say Trinity, for example, in River Forest. They welcome in the transvestites. They teach the kids to not comment on the transvestites. The grade school teachers who were cheering for Barack Obama to win, knowing he was the only politician at that time to vote for infanticide, knowing his stance on abortion, and they walked around with crosses on their chest. So you know what I think the idea is, Frank? To keep them around good people and good grandparents like yourself. If you want your kids to be of character, keep them around good people, and don't send them around bad people until you've given them the principles to be secure in themselves. Those long are the days, Frank, when it was Mary Jo and her sister Susie and her mother and father and everybody in the neighborhood that wanted America to succeed, and they all came back from World War II. You and I are lucky we remember those days. But those days, unfortunately, brother, are no longer. So if you see my babysitters, you tell them I said hello. Will you do that for me, Frank?
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.